Moving to Ontario? Congratulations! Starting fresh in a new place is an exciting chapter in life, filled with opportunities and new beginnings. Finding a new place is exciting, but hey, before you sign any papers, it's important to understand your rights and responsibilities as a tenant. Renting a home is more than just finding the perfect space. It's about ensuring you're prepared for what comes next. That's where your lease agreement comes in. This document is your guide to understanding the terms of your tenancy. This document is more than just a formality, it's a legally binding contract between you and your landlord. It ensures that both parties are on the same page, creating a foundation of trust and clarity. It outlines the terms of your tenancy, including how much rent you pay, how long you can stay in the property, and what you're responsible for. From maintenance duties to payment schedules, every detail matters. Think of your lease as a roadmap for your tenancy. It's there to guide you, helping you avoid potential pitfalls and misunderstandings. It helps you navigate the ins and outs of renting, ensuring a smooth and positive experience for both you and your landlord. A well-understood lease can foster a harmonious relationship. By understanding your lease, you can protect yourself from potential disputes, avoid misunderstandings, and ensure that you're treated fairly throughout your time in your new home. It's about empowering yourself with knowledge. Remember, signing a lease is a significant commitment, so taking the time to fully comprehend its contents is crucial. Every clause and condition is there for a reason, so don't rush through it. Don't be afraid to ask questions and seek clarification on anything you're unsure about. Your landlord is there to help, and open communication can prevent future issues. After all, it's your home, and you deserve to feel confident and informed about your rights and obligations. A clear understanding of your lease can make all the difference. By taking the time to understand your lease agreement, you're setting yourself up for a successful and enjoyable renting experience in Ontario. Knowledge is power, and in this case, it's the key to a happy home. In Ontario, most landlords use a standard lease agreement, which serves as a foundational document for rental arrangements. This form, introduced in 2018, was created to simplify the rental process and make leases easier to understand for both tenants and landlords. It ensures that everyone is on the same page from the very beginning. The Ontario Standard Lease covers all the essential aspects of a tenancy agreement in plain language, ensuring clarity and transparency. This helps to avoid misunderstandings and disputes later on. Let's break down some of the key sections that you should pay close attention to when reviewing your lease. Rent. This section specifies the amount of rent you'll pay each month and when it's due. It's important to confirm the payment method and whether post-dated checks or e-transfers are acceptable. It'll also outline any rules about late fees, including how much you might be charged if your rent is overdue, and the grace period, if any. Be sure to check for any automatic rent increase clauses. These clauses will specify how and when your rent might increase, and they must comply with Ontario's rent control laws. Term of tenancy. This outlines the length of your lease, whether it's a fixed term like 1 year or a month-to-month arrangement. Knowing this helps you plan your living situation accordingly. Understanding when your lease ends is crucial for planning your next move. If you're on a fixed-term lease, you'll need to decide whether to renew or move out before the term ends. Responsibilities for maintenance. This section clarifies who's responsible for repairs and maintenance in the rental unit. It's essential to know what falls under your responsibility as a tenant. It'll state whether you or your landlord is responsible for things like fixing a leaky faucet, maintaining appliances, or dealing with pest control issues. Clear communication here can prevent future conflicts. These are just a few of the key sections in the Ontario Standard Lease. Each section is designed to protect both parties and ensure a smooth rental experience. It's essential to read the entire document carefully and make sure you understand everything it covers. Don't rush through it. Take your time to review every detail. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask your landlord or seek advice from a legal professional. It's always better to clarify up front than to face issues later. When you apply to rent a property in Ontario, your potential landlord will likely ask you some questions to determine if you're a suitable tenant. This is a normal part of the rental process, but it's important to know what landlords are legally allowed to ask. Here are some common questions that landlords can legally ask. Employment status and income. They can ask about your current job, income, and employment history to ensure you can afford the rent. References. Landlords may request references from previous landlords or personal references who can vouch for your character and reliability as a tenant. Credit check. With your consent, landlords can conduct a credit check to assess your financial history and responsibility. Remember, landlords are looking for responsible tenants who will pay rent on time, take care of the property, and abide by the lease agreement. By being prepared to answer these standard questions honestly and transparently, you can increase your chances of securing your desired rental. Section 4. Off-limit questions. Protecting your rights. While landlords have a right to screen potential tenants, it's super important to remember that Ontario's Human Rights Code protects you from discrimination. This means landlords cannot make decisions based on certain personal characteristics. Here are some examples of questions that landlords cannot legally ask you. Age. They cannot ask your age or make assumptions about your lifestyle based on your age group. Race, ethnicity, or place of origin. Questions about your background or ethnicity are strictly prohibited. Religion. Landlords cannot inquire about your religious beliefs or practices. Disability. They cannot ask about any disabilities you may have or require you to disclose personal medical information. If a landlord asks you any of these off-limit questions, you absolutely have the right to refuse to answer. You can also report the incident to the Human Rights Tribunal of Ontario. Remember, you have the right to be treated fairly and with respect throughout the rental process. Section 5. Tenant tips. Navigating your lease with confidence. Finding a new place to live can be both exciting and, well, a little overwhelming. From understanding lease terms to ensuring your rights as a tenant are protected, there's a lot to consider. To help you navigate the process with confidence, here are some practical tips for tenants in Ontario, whether you're renting for the first time or moving to a new place. Read the lease thoroughly. Before you sign anything, take your time to carefully read the entire lease agreement. This document outlines your rights and responsibilities, so understanding it is crucial. Make sure you understand all the terms and conditions, including the rent amount, payment schedule, and your responsibilities as a tenant. Pay attention to clauses about maintenance, utilities, and any restrictions on the property. Document verbal agreements. While most lease agreements are in writing, it's essential to document any verbal agreements you make with your landlord. These could include promises about repairs or additional services. This can be as simple as sending an email or text message confirming the agreement. Having a written record can help avoid misunderstandings later. Understand rent terms. Be clear about how and when you need to pay rent. Knowing the exact due date and acceptable payment methods can save you from unnecessary stress. Ask about late fees and grace periods. Some landlords may offer flexibility, but it's always better to know the rules up front. Keep records of all rent payments. Whether you pay by check, e-transfer, or another method, having proof of payment is essential in case of disputes. Keep a signed copy. Once you sign the lease, make sure you receive a signed copy from your landlord. This is your official record of the agreement. Store it in a safe place as proof of your agreement. It's a good idea to keep all related documents, like receipts and correspondence, organized and accessible. By following these tips, you can help ensure a smooth and positive rental experience in your new Ontario home. Remember, being informed and prepared is the key to renting with confidence. Section 6. Need more help? Resources for Ontario tenants. Navigating tenancy laws and regulations can feel a bit complex at times, but remember, you're not alone. If you have questions or need assistance with your rights as a tenant in Ontario, there are valuable resources available to help. Your local housing help center. These centers offer free information, advice, and support to tenants in Ontario. The Landlord and Tenant Board. This is a specialized tribunal that resolves disputes between landlords and tenants. Legal Aid Ontario. If you cannot afford a lawyer, you may be eligible for free legal assistance from Legal Aid Ontario. Remember, understanding your rights and responsibilities as a tenant is essential for a successful renting experience in Ontario. Don't hesitate to reach out for help and support when you need it.